So I said, "You're a proctologist. Pull your head out of your own ass."
Yeah. Hey everybody, we're back at it again. We took about a week off of podcasting. Things been busy. And what else? And also this podcast will probably be aired late because we're doing it really late today. In the middle of football Sunday and babysitting Sunday. So how's everything going, Eric?
I don't know, man. I don't know. The weather's been beautiful, and that's all I can say about that.
So today we actually have a hard topic. Not a hard topic. It's just a fun topic. So it's been like almost 2 weeks now since Malignant came out.
Oh, Malignant, which I thought was a great movie. It's
not a horror movie.
It is classified as a horror movie, but to me it seemed like a what's that called? Like almost like a villain origin story, or maybe a anti-hero origin story.
Yeah, I can see that being like.
Spoiler warnings. We're gonna talk about this movie. There is a twist that you kind of see coming. You probably see coming.
Oh, you'll see. Well, yeah, if you watch enough horror movies, you will get the gist of it. Especially if you like watching the old '80s B movies, you'll get the gist of it.
It's still visually it's done really well. The director is a visual effects guy.
Vaughn?
He's a visual effects guy, and this is like I don't think he's done very many like full on directing. Everything I looked him up as was always he was like visual effects director.
No, he's known to be a visual like a Zack Snyder, but for horror. But he's created a lot. All the movies he makes, he creates. And so he did. He's more famous for Saw. He's famous for Saw. He's famous for The Conjuring. The Conjuring universe is his. He only directed 2 of the movies though. Everything else is like studios taking over and shit. He's just like, okay, have at it. He's famous for Insidious. That's his story as well. Other than that, I mean, yeah.
I loved Insidious.
I like Insidious. One of my other favorite movies that he done is one that's not that popular, which is Dead Silent and Death Ends. Death Ends is a great So James Wan is whatchamacallit? He's more of a sub-genre director, and so he's really big on old school grindhouse movies. That's why some of his movies tend to look like real dirty or gangster-like. And I mean, he went down that ghost trope, which he just became real good at. Ghosts or demons, but for a while he was just trying to do like old school 80s grindhouse movies. Like Death Sentence is a classic revenge movie. I don't know if you remember that one.
Nah,
that was a real good movie. And then Dead Silence is it's another batshit crazy movie that he did that kind of resembles like Malignant.
He did Furious 7. He did Aquaman too.
Yeah, that's all his shit as well. I mean, you didn't see in Aquaman the way the camera sets up in the nonstop.
Visually, like all these movies are great visually. He's
real famous for doing one takes. And especially when it comes to action movies, those one takes comes really, really, really well.
Well, Malignant, visually, the first half of the movie was great, and then there were certain scenes that really stood out above other scenes, especially the breakout scene.
Yeah.
And the reveal.
The reveal is fucking. So my sister not being in horror movies, she doesn't like them too much. But I remember when I showed it to her, her mouth was open for like the last 15 minutes, just like staring at this fucking thing, this abyss. And then she just doesn't know what the fuck she just watched. She's just like, but she did say it was entertaining. So this movie is worth watching. It's worth saying what the fuck is this shit. It's also dumb because there's a lot of plot holes.
Don't take it too seriously. It's just entertaining. It's good fun.
It's one of those movies where you have to literally be like, all right, this is it. This is where we're at in this world.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense.
The plot holes are glorious, but they don't care, especially the ending of that. So they're just gonna forgive her. She technically murdered a whole fucking police station.
Well, technically, there's video evidence, so I think she might get a pass, but she might. This is like like her brother's imprisoned in her mind now, but for how long?
Yeah. And
now she's got superpowers. So I'm thinking she goes into hiding and becomes like this anti-hero super...
Like, what, killers or rapists and shit?
I guess, man. Like, and occasionally when she drops her guard, she becomes the villain, which is her brother.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. This looks like the beginning of like.
And I can see it doing it because
it's Venom.
Yeah, it's people. What Venom should have been, not what we got. I don't like the Venom we got, but Venom should have been. But yeah, so since we're kind of not really telling you anything, like she has a parasitical twin, meaning that she was born with a.
But this isn't like head. Siamese twins. This is like she's got like he's a full blown body on the back of her freaking brain. And they're connected at the brain.
And so when they tried to separate him, they couldn't take away his body, but his brain remained intact. Which again,
you said that wrong. They couldn't take away his. They took away his body, but they couldn't take away his brain because his brain is connected to her brain. So they left it in there and they just squished it into her skull.
And when I say squished it, that was the most
literally
unprofessional way they did it. They just squished it in.
They literally just pushed it. They pushed it in, not in a good way.
That's not how that works. I'm pretty sure she should have died.
Well, it wasn't an experimental surgery.
No. So they'll like to say.
It was a great movie. It was a lot of fun to watch. It's definitely a good watch.
It's been said that it's a genre changer, which I've heard that topic on this movie a lot. Because subgenre's been kind of a dying breed here lately. And it pop up like once every 5-6 years. Some movie comes out like this, it's like, oh, it's just fucking, and then everyone else starts carping it for a while. I mean, when Saw came out, they did. After that, fucking you got Hostel and all that shit came out. Conjuring, then you suddenly got all these ghost movies that came out. So it definitely is a genre setter. So it's bringing back old Grindhound movies. So the reason why I want to make this topic of it, and the reason why Malignant, whatever, such a big topic right now is, it's not the first batshit crazy movie that made it to movie theaters. So I want to see if we can make a short list of all the crazy fucking batshit movies that came out in the past, however long we've been alive. But the rules are a little strict here. Just like Malignant, it had been released in theaters, or had at least a theater release date. I know this one was on HBO Max as well. It's a dual release. But it had to be at least released in theaters, and it has to have somewhat of a cult following. Good or bad. And that's pretty much the two strict rules. It's very constricted. So you can't be saying Velocipaster. Because that was B-roll and that was never released in theaters.
Such a bad movie.
So, I mean, right at the back of my head, on top of the back of my head, I know we talked about it in good detail yesterday. But the first thing that pops in my mind when I see something like that was the Natural Born Killers.
I loved.
You always love Robert Downey Jr. in that movie.
Robert Downey.
Because all the we talked.
What a way to die.
We talked intensely about
Natural Born Killers. Fever dream of the producers and the directors and the writers. They literally drove across country in a.
Weren't they on acid or something?
Yeah, they were doing a bunch of psychedelics and a bunch of coke and how fucked up can we make this movie?
And what's funny about it, that's the movie that killed Quentin Tarantino's love for writing for other directors. Because that was one of... So Quentin Tarantino was really hard for cash around that time. And he sold two of his scripts. He sold True Romance and he sold Natural Born Killers. Those were his scripts. He sold it for money. He needed money to fund Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. And he said he was okay with True Romance. Tony Scott was the director of that one. He stayed loyal to the script. Unlike, what's his face? Who's this, the one that directed Natural Born Killers? The big conspiracy theorist. He's a crazy fuck.
Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone, who was probably on coke. More than anything. Yeah, he took that script and ran the hell off the brick with it. And Quentin Tarantino notoriously hates that movie. He just owns it. He doesn't want nothing to do with that movie.
Everybody in this movie, was such... Dude, Ronnie Dangerfield was in this movie.
He played a fucking rapist dad.
Dude, as fucked up as that scene was, he did a beautiful job.
It was weird
because he's not doing anything different than when he normally does.
He's literally playing like if he played his character from Caddyshack, except more of a drunk asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, who else was in this? The one thing I hated and I love at the same time was the deleted scene of Dennis Leary.
Oh, Dennis Leary ran on the media?
Yeah. I love that. It's a great scene. And I wish they would have found a way to work it into the movie. But it's still one of those not Easter eggs. Is it an Easter egg? It's not in the movie. It's a deleted scene.
That scene became such a big deal. Like, you can find it on YouTube now. It's such a big deal. Of course, Robert Downey Jr., this is during his cocaine reign of terror.
Jared Harris was in this movie.
A lot of people was in this fucking movie. That murder dude was in that movie. What's his face? The guy that was caught trying to kill his wife.
I'm not sure.
He played a detective that was obsessed with...
Oh, you're talking about Tom Sizemore.
Yeah. Look at that ass. That picture perfect ass.
Yeah. Tom Sizemore.
Oh man, we look at Tommy Lee Jones' character.
Tommy Lee Jones. Mickey Mallory.
Like so Notorious has been told he hates working with comedic actors because he says they're buffoons. Like he notoriously hates Jim Carrey, but he played a buffoon in that movie.
He played a buffoon. But I mean, everybody else in the movie was like pretty. I mean, I don't know if I would say their characters were outlandish, but
they were an over exaggeration what it was actually in real life. I think Robert Downey's character was very like an over exaggerated version of what the media is today, with the sensationalizing crime, like true crimes, like what happened with OJ. It was pretty much that was the inspiration for this, was the OJ incident, like how the media just got that and said, all right, let's focus on this and fuck everything else. And I mean, it was pretty much like a testament of what was going to happen, and it ended up happening. Like we over sensationalized everything, so that was pretty much like a parody of that. But his character was hilarious, especially at the end when he's like, he leaves his wife and his mistress leaves him, and he's all fucking coked out. Like, I got coke in my eye, baby, let's do this. And I always thought, like, for some reason, I always thought the prison scene was longer than it actually was. It was only like 15 minutes, but like
it feels longer.
That's what people remember from that movie, though, was that prison scene. Did you ever see the director's cut version?
I think so.
This one was a little bit longer, and you actually show what happens to Tommy Lee Jones' character. So that was that's my first choice of that matters. What would be your next one?
We were talking about Crank. Crank, another fever dream.
Who the fuck let Crank be in the movie theaters? Like, that seemed to be like an idea that should have never happened. Like, ever. Especially that batshit that it went with. Like,
oh man, it went above and beyond.
It was pretty much, so when it first came out, someone compared, and actually it begins like that. And the Crank begins like a video game. It begins with a start menu, right? Doesn't it have like 8-bit? I think it has an 8-bit character and it has start.
Maybe I don't remember that part. Where I remember the big thing, and then like at the end, they like it was so batshit crazy that people loved it so much that
they had to bring him back to life.
They had to bring him back to life. Yeah, who didn't have that ringtone?
Oh,
yeah, the dying phone.
It's a fucking thing now. It's automatically on if you have T-Mobile, it's automatically on there. You can look for it and it fucking gets on there. But that shit, yeah, that movie is one of a kind. That scene when he's fucking in the middle of public.
Dude, that was fucked up.
That's rape.
It is basically, to a certain point, it was rape. I mean,
tell me about Crank.
A Crank dude doing cocaine on a freaking bathroom floor with a bunch of guns pointed at you.
Like, he gave the guy like $2,000. He got like a fucking 8 ounce, right? Or an ounce, right?
I don't think he gave him a couple $100. I saw a bunch of 20s.
Okay. Cause I just see that shit hitting his forehead. Like, that's it? All that money for that?
Yeah.
God damn, that's an expensive habit.
And he just rips it open. It doesn't even. Ooh. There's no line. He just shoves it up his nose.
He goes like, I need more. Like, more what? More drugs? No. Come get some white meat.
That was a fucked up movie. And dude, I think there's more to be said about the sequel because you got Bailing in the sequel.
The sequel,
and then you have the random twin with epilepsy.
The sequel, I wasn't a fan of. I think they jumped the shark with that one.
I think it was a good jump shark. It was ridiculous. It's just none of those things. If you don't take it seriously, it's fucking entertaining.
Yeah, but that's what they never made a Crank 3. This is sort of like that. They were supposed to make a Crank 3. But Crank, the first Crank really took me by surprise. It was fun to watch.
It was fun. It's a lot of fun.
It's a movie that
my favorite character is the Doctor.
Oh fuck yeah! What's his fucking name? God damn it! He always plays a shitty, but he's known for one specific role. I'm trying to remember his name right now.
Wasn't he in?
He was in Tombstone, I think, which is fucking hilarious. But he is a country singer.
Oh, Dwight Yoakam.
There you go.
Dwight fucking Yoakam.
Dwight motherfucking Yoakam, who plays a fucking disbarred doctor who fucking does illegal surgeries from the back of his house.
He was in that show with the dog, right? He was one of the alter egos.
Yeah.
What was it? What was the name of that show?
The one with
the one with the dog and the comedian in the dog suit.
Fuck yeah! God damn it! What was that show? The one with Elijah Wood, right?
Yeah, it was called like Larry or something.
That show was fucking weird.
It was fun though. I was like, dude, I've never smoked that much weed before.
So,
Wilfred,
there you go, Wilfred. I saw like a couple episodes. I'm just like, what the fuck? It just turned out he's crazy, right? Elijah was just crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man.
We gotta circle back because another one of these movies on the list that's ridiculous, and we have to talk about is Scarface. And I know that's on the list for like, dude, we grew up in the hood, so everybody like has this.
It's not a good movie. I don't know who made you believe it's a good movie. Scarface, it's not a good movie.
Dude, it's on the shelf of everybody we know.
And I know it is.
And growing up, everybody we knew had
to do it to do VHS.
Yeah.
It's a movie like even the Oscars tried to. I think it got him an award. It gave him like an editing or some shit. They were trying to get nominations for some shit, but I know it got nominated for best music as well. Cause remember the original soundtrack. So all those '80s like music that became like synonymous to '80s era now. Every time you hear it, and if you watch any movie afterwards, let's talk about the '80s.
It was nominated for best picture. Best performance by an actor. Best performance by an actor in a supporting role. Best original score, Golden Globe. Best sound editing.
Really, because the music in it was great.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
She's on fire.
But like everybody I grew up with, like had this. We grew up in a low income neighborhood, so everybody wanted to pretend to be a gangster. And what's more gangster than Scarface?
Coming from nothing.
Yeah, coming up from nothing. You know.
But what makes it more funny, makes it real bad, is the horrible Cuban accent that he has.
Dude, if he did that today,
he would get so shit on.
He would get canceled immediately because, like, I mean,
it's a stereotypical, like, horrible accent of a Cuban, and as far as I know, a lot of Cubans hate that movie because of that.
He does make Cubans look really bad.
It's horrible, and I think even the other guy, he's not even Cuban, right?
No, he's
the guy
not.
that played Manning. He was
Manny, as Robert Loggia.
He's Mexican, ain't he?
I think so.
You know what? I didn't.
No, he was born in New York.
Or it's Puerto Rican.
It doesn't say where he's from. It just says he's born and raised in New York City.
Okay. I did not know that he's the guy from Breaking Bad though.
Which guy?
He's Don Orlario.
Oh yeah.
I did not know that. Like, damn, he got swole.
But yeah, Scarface, and even like the people that we grew up listening to music wise idolize Scarface because we have a rapper from this area call himself Scarface. P. Diddy did a whole stint where he like everything he did was gangster like, and he had this Scarface vibe and everything.
And I think he even did whenever they released Scarface in movie theaters, he redid the score, the P. Diddy remake of it.
There you go, a movie that wasn't that good, kind of batshit crazy, but there's a cult following.
And then everyone quotes the shit out of the line like, "Say hello, my little friend." What else? Another Quaalude, she'll love me in the morning.
What's that? I'm the bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy.
Who put this shit together? Me. Like fucking Thomas's favorite quote whenever he talks about IKEA. We put the IKEA furniture together.
Or the ice cream speech.
Yeah, like, girls love ice cream.
No, this is the money speech.
Oh yeah,
first you get the money, and then you get the power, then you get the women's.
Simpsons made a funny ass shit. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
When he somehow Homer got a hold of a bunch of sugar. Like, first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the sugar. I need to show you that clip. That shit's hilarious. Fuck. So another...
Is it... But, like, if you were to ask Al Pacino, do you think he regretted doing this movie?
Hell no. I think he's in love with the fact that he's memorized. He's memorable for that movie.
He's remembered for it.
Why people remember Al Pacino for
But the thing is, like, he did so many other great... Godfather, one of them. Another gangster movie that, like, people that we grew up with idolized him for that. There was Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman was a great movie.
Or what else?
Heat.
What's the one? Heat. What's the one where he took over the like diner and or it was a bank? He tried to rob a bank.
Dog Days Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon, dude.
That was a good movie, and I was like, he was.
Dude,
really
Al Pacino is like, dude, he's like the creme de la creme.
But then when he wants to do bad movies, does he fucking act up? Which that's
dude.
What leads into my next option, which is Devil's Advocate.
I love Devil's Advocate. It's another
Devil's
crazy.
Advocate is the best.
I'm a fan of man. Touch, but don't taste. Taste, but don't swallow.
And then I always make a running joke like Al Pacino acts more like Keanu Reeves than Keanu Reeves. I see when he mocks
him, he's like, what happens when I love her? But then I resent her for it.
Like, damn, he sounds better than the actual Keanu Reeves. What the fuck? Oh my god, I love that movie. That movie, like, if you watch the trailers to it, they don't really set you up right. They just make it seem like, oh, this guy's just a piece of shit law firm. But then, like, if you sit there and watch the movie, half the movie, like a good 3/4 of the movie, is just law firm, like, corrupt shit. And since they get to the very end, they find out, oh yeah, and by the way, this guy's the devil. And then they start seeing all the demons and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Which brings me the one of the main shitty dudes at the law firm is what's her name's dad from Beetlejuice.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all about that. And he has like a heart attack, right, or some shit.
Yeah.
Or he presumed he gets a heart attack. He gets fucked up by demon dogs.
Yeah.
And then
Jeffrey Jones.
And who?
He was also in Howard the Duck. He was the
he was the main scientist and becomes the bad guy in Howard the Duck. What about? Oh yeah, and also, is that Charlize Theron? Is that one?
Charlize Theron plays the wife.
Oh my God, she's so fucking hot in that movie. Young Charlize Theron looks amazing, especially when she had that blonde hair.
Yeah,
the curly blonde, like
the curly blonde hair. That was pretty hot.
Who was this? The one that's supposed to play his sister. Another thing. This movie has incest in it, and it's so weird.
Connie Nielsen, man, and she looked. I mean, she still looks badass, dude. She remember when we watched Nobody? She's the wife in Nobody.
Oh yeah, she is the wife in Nobody.
Even though she's gotten older, she looks really good.
In shape.
Same thing with Charlize. I don't know if they're the same age, but I think they might be like around the same age.
That has to be because I think they were pretty.
She still looks really good now, even after what 3 kids.
Charlize had 3 kids.
Charlize has like 2 or 3.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I just knew that she was supposed to be single. She has no.
She is single, but she has kids.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'll knock that up. Let me get Charlie's number. Oh man. So yeah, Devil's Advocate is up there. And that's the movie that was again in movie theaters, and it made a shitload of money. As I remember.
I just want to I want to throw in there every Tim Burton film has a cult following. Every Tim Burton film. There's a cult following for Batman.
But is it like
there's a cult following for Beetlejuice. There's a cult following for The Corpse Bride. Nightmare Before Christmas. Every Tim Burton film is some goth girl's dream.
Is it like yes? But is it like so insane? Like does it make a quick left turn in the middle of the movie?
Beetlejuice does.
Oh yeah, because Beetlejuice's not even in it. He's in it for like 10 minutes, and he's the name of the fucking movie. Yeah, I think Beetlejuice.
It's so batshit crazy that it came up with a children's cartoon for it.
Yes. And even though he says fucking pussy and shit, and he's trying to fucking marry a 14-year-old. Let's not forget how fucking crazy that movie is. It's absolutely insane.
Daylight coming, me one go home. I think Delafante got a big boost in record sales.
But didn't he also hate that movie because of that? Because he hated that song? Or I was just like, what's his favorite? Or Be Happy.
No, that was no. That was yeah. He hated "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and he refused to sing it for like 16 years.
Like, hey, that's your money maker. You need to get over it. I mean,
no, he's a talented musician.
Do you see Dave Massacre playing the same fucking song over and over again? All right, so move next on the list. Armageddon.
Michael Bay's is not as Michael Bayist. He did Michael, but it was pretty Michael Bay.
It was Michael Bay trying to discover how Michael Bay he can get. And I think that's the movie that finally solidified he can get away with a lot of shit.
It's like, why the fuck would you send a bunch of drillers into space when you have people?
And what was his response whenever Ben Affleck asked him that?
Shut the fuck up. There is no I in team, but there are 3 U's, and shut the fuck up.
Oh god, that movie is so fucking stupid. There's a lot of character actors, and I don't know how you got all these character actors in this one movie, which baffles me as well. And it's quotable as fuck.
It is.
Meet Jamaica, asteroid.
Your bad cholesterol is very bad. You're good.
Punk rock, baby. Like,
he's like, one of them tested
positive for, I forgot what the drug for.
He says ketamine.
Oh.
He's like,
some of these guys
are pretty big. They need some strong drugs. He's like, this is the one they use on horses.
No, you go like, some of these guys test positive for ketamine. Some of these guys are stressed out from the rig. These are given to horses. Some of these guys are pretty big. And you're like, can you survive the trip? I don't know how to survive the test.
I'm gonna need to get a hug after this. Can I get a hug? A little emotional again.
This looks like you whip rest.
Everybody in it, yeah. It was a terrible prompt for a movie.
There was a lot of plot holes. The timing didn't make any sense. Like, how are you not going to see an asteroid and then just show up after 50? And then they used to ride, and it wasn't something they overlooked. They brought it up. They brought it like to see when they talked to the president. Like, so how you not see this asteroid? Oh, we only funded to look at 1% of the sky.
And begging your pardon,
so it's a big ass sky.
Billy Bob Thornton at his best, man, just delivering singers. Like, I love Billy Bob Thornton when he has to play that character. What was it? Was it Fargo?
Fargo. Oh, Fargo when he played the hit.
Yeah, when he has to play the asshole. This guy was married to Angelina Jolie for
banged the fuck out of her for the whole fucking time. And so, that's a fucking Eddie Griffin little moment here.
Somebody call 911.
I'm like, oh man, what the fuck? I want to spend the weekend at the White Horse. What the fuck? White House. I want to stay in the licking bedroom at the White House for a weekend. Bring back 8-Cat. And they're like, this one is Rockhound. We call him Hound because he's all corny.
This movie was it before?
This movie solidifies. This movie solidifies the birth of the super team. Like, everyone and expertise in America. I swear to God,
this is the precursor to a 6 Underground.
Yeah, 6 Underground, Ocean's 11, because the whole let's bring everyone together team. Because that was before all that. Armageddon came out before Ocean's 11. We know Ocean's 11 was a remake. The original movie wasn't like the one we watched. The original movie, they're all just buddies, but they didn't have a set of skills. The new version did. Everyone had a specific job to do. And that's what the Armageddon movie was. Like, everyone had their job. But Howell was the geo guy, and then you got Owen Wilson was supposedly the astrophysicist, and this is all these fucking crazy ass motherfucking people.
There was a demolition guy, demo guy.
Demo guy. like, how do you know all that? Because I'm a fucking genius. Captain America blew the landing by 4.6 miles. Oh my god, I love this shit. That's some dumb, and it's still janked on your heartstrings. At the very end, if you did not cry at the end of that fucking movie.
Oh man, that soundtrack, Aerosmith
got played a lot of money because they played almost all his songs in that damn movie.
Yeah, I think they had like three hit songs in that movie. Four,
and then the original song.
And half of those are played at weddings, white weddings all over the country now. I don't wanna fall asleep because I miss you, babe.
Who would have thought a movie that shit crazy could still chug on your heartstrings? I know a lot of people always got emotion in that scene. That's the one time I've seen Liv Tyler actually act good.
She's a good actress. You just gotta I think you gotta catch her on the right day.
Not in that movie.
Like Lord of the Rings, she was good in Lord of the Rings.
Well, yeah, I think
What was the one she did back at No, it wasn't High Fidelity.
No, she wasn't High Fidelity.
Was it the one about the record store? Tower Records.
Tower Records, okay, yeah. High Fidelity is about the guy who's trying to bang a bunch of his exes.
Right.
I watched that movie the other day. I was like, that movie would not be made today.
I'm amazed at how bad John Cusack has gotten as an actor.
He's gone down the Bruce Willis route where he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, man. He's like not even phoning it in.
He's like,
he's barely showing up.
What do you want? What do you want me to do? Okay. I'll play a bad guy. He likes playing black guys now for some weird reason.
I think the last movie I saw of his was some Netflix movie where
that's all
robots take over the world, and he is terrible in it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad. I think there were a couple movies where I really liked him, like 1308.
I love him in 1308. I loved him in Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine. He was actually pretty good in that.
2012.
I fucking hated that movie.
The movie is I can tolerate it. It's something that I can put in the background. It doesn't bother me. It's not like at the top of my list of movies. But like it's something that I can have playing in the background sometimes.
Yeah. I don't think I'll make the list of some crazy because nobody talks about 2012.
Nobody talks about 2012.
Everyone wants to forget about 2012.
You know who surprisingly did a good disaster movie? What's his name? He did the one about the tsunami.
Oh, The Impossible, right?
No. It was, is it The Impossible? Yeah, I think it is The Impossible.
Yeah, The Impossible. That's a fucked up movie, huh?
It is a fucked up movie. Is it? No, I don't think this is it. It's the one with wow.
Oh, Owen Wilson.
Wilson.
The one when they're trying to get away from this embassy, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one. Well, The Impossible was good, but the one where Owen Wilson.
And they're trying to get out of the embassy. I've never seen. I've seen the trailer to it.
Owen Wilson in No Escape.
No Escape. Okay, there you go.
No Escape. I thought that was a pretty fucking good movie.
All right.
But it was an action film and with kind of some political discord in it. But he's totally capable of playing good characters.
Yeah, I believe it.
Was another one he did Some Past Midnight or something like that.
Oh, shit.
It's a really artsy film, but again, it's not.
That was his last movie he did with Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Before Woody Allen got finally canceled, which is still weird that Woody Allen had a career for this long to do what he did.
He married his stepdaughter or something like that? Yeah.
It was just weird. It's just fucking weird. What was I getting at with this? Oh yeah, so then on to the next list. I think we would divert a lot to action. I think we need to do a horror movie. And I'll just bring up an old James Wan, which would be Dead Silence. That's a fucking...
I didn't watch that one.
You didn't watch Dead Silence?
No.
So do you know the...
It's just you.
No,
it's just you.
I'm the only one that watched Dead Silence.
You are the only one that just watched it, yeah.
No. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it.
Dead Silence is actually entertaining movies. For people who don't know what it is, and it made it in a movie theater. It's about a guy who gets put on to investigate a series of murders in this small town. And everyone's saying it takes the murder dummy route, so it's a murderous doll, and then it turns out this is a witch. I think the craziest moment in that movie is when they find the caretaker is actually hollowed out, and they're using it as a puppet, so it looks fucking crazy.
Fuck?
So it's a human meat bag with a fucking wooden spike in him, and they move him around so he can talk the whole fucking time. It's a weird fucking movie. Not a lot of people in the famous was in it, except for the guy that's always...
It was just you.
It's just me.
It was just you.
That watched it.
Yeah.
No, it has a following.
No, it was just you.
Alright.
You want to do another horror movie? Do another horror movie.
It's your turn to pick.
Dude, Saw.
Are
you talking about James Wan shit?
Oh, yeah, well, Saw, yeah.
Saw.
But was that really that crazy, though?
Kinda. I think the first couple of ones were pretty crazy. And then afterwards, it just ridiculous.
It became a parody of itself.
Yeah.
The first one was really out there. It was really fucking out there. And it's true. It was weird enough, the first one wasn't even that gory.
No, it wasn't.
Like, they didn't even show him cutting off his leg. It was just the innuendos of it all. Like, this is what's happening, or this is what just happened. Because a lot of it's like kind of like Seven was, where they always show them the body after the fact.
They never showed you what was in the box.
Oh no, they didn't. What's in the fucking box?
Again, another quotable movie.
What's in the fucking box? And who would have thought that movie would have been as big as it did too? They didn't want to make that movie. They thought that movie wasn't gonna be because there's like they said there's no action in or some bullshit. I forgot the
right. It's a suspense like detective movie.
Yeah. And then they did a sequel to it that nobody watched, so it was just bad all around. Another good fucking movie that's batshit crazy that should never work but worked was Independence Day.
I love Independence Day.
Fucking Independence Day. Fucking Jeff Goldblum playing Jeff Goldblum.
Shitty CGI jets. To be fair, the design of the spaceships was pretty good. But the execution of the spaceships was good. Not the jets. Not the human stuff. No. All the alien stuff looked great.
But and then the fact that the aliens, this high-tech technology got taken down by a Mac Pro. So you mean to tell me a Mac Pro virus can take out entire civilizations of aliens?
It was ridiculous. And it spawned only one sequel, right?
Yeah, one really bad sequel. I mean,
there was some good moments in the sequel.
That acting, that whole movie was horrible.
No, I like the part. It was like, did you pee? It was like, yeah. I was like, me too, just a little.
Like, oh god, no, I hated the movie. I hated the fact that they focused on the Doctor a lot more in the sequel too. Like, why? Like he was like he was a miniature clip in the first movie.
It was a ridiculous excuse to
And it was more messed up is in the sequel.
I thought he died in the first one.
Yeah, and what was more messed up is in the sequel. They had a one-off topic about the alien that landed in Africa. I'm like, that would have been a better fucking movie than what we ended up getting.
Oh yeah, the battle with the aliens on the ground.
I'm like, and then the guy, like, he's the general, like, he's the one that knows how to kill him.
He's got, like, didn't he have, like,
scars?
The scars are, like, a list of tattoos, how many aliens he's killed.
And like, you have to kill him from the back. That's their weakness. And I'm just like, why did we get this movie? Like, what the fuck was the point? Like, we should have gotten this movie. I don't care if you had it, like, oh, this happened during the battle. Yeah, good, all right. They did done movies like that. Fucking 300 sequels like that.
Oh, yeah.
Where the movie took place while the other movie was happening. I mean, they could have done that shit. That movie would have been much better than what we ended up getting. So, it is what it is with that one. And I hated the fact that...
Speaking of batshit movies, 300.
Oh, shit. 300 just made it.
Zack Snyder's, like, crowning achievement. Is it his crowning achievement? What is his crowning achievement?
300.
Because I loved Dawn of the Dead.
But Dawn of the Dead was not entirely his movie. Neither was 300. So, Dawn of the Dead was him and the guy from the Guardians of the Galaxy... What's
James Gunn?
James Gunn. Because James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead, and then Zack Snyder just directed it. Frank Miller wrote 300, and he directed it. I think he didn't start getting his full control till, I think, Watchmen was his full control movie. And that's
still, 300 is pretty bad shit.
It's crazy because it introduced Bro again. Bromance came real hardcore after that.
Well, if you think about, like, history, dude, the Spartans actually had a breeding problem.
Well, yeah, because all they did was fuck each other.
Well, the men, they sent them away early, and when they went into puberty, all they had was men around them. And same thing for the women. All the other Greeks used to make fun of the Spartans because their women were crazy and they would, like, fuck each other.
Yeah, and then
but there were no men around because they were off at war.
But what was funny too, the Spartans were always known to talk shit about the Athenians because they were supposedly like boy lovers.
Oh yeah.
The fucking boy lovers, but aren't y'all fucking each other too? Like,
So when the Spartans, like, when their sons would actually come home and get married, they had to cut the ladies' hair so they looked like boys so the guys could get into it. Because up until that point, all they had ever been around was men.
Yeah. All I had is dick in my ass.
Like I said, it's fucking crazy movie and the crazy history behind it, and like you said, the bromance thing,
which got made fun of. And Meet the Spartans, they made fun of that ass because they like, it's okay to hang out with your boys naked and oil each other up. Oh god! And then
I think they might have caught on to that. So in the 300 sequel, you actually had some Some good old fashioned straight fucking.
I know, right? They're gonna overcompensate now, but showing her titties all out.
Ava Green, though, she got a nice. Ooh, man.
She'd be great at making that movie. You hear about that? Because she don't like being full frontal.
It's not like she ain't never done it before. I think that's how she made her name, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's a good actress.
She is a good actress, but I think she got tired of doing full frontal nudity, and I think 300 was the last time she did it, because after that, she put in her contract she won't do it again.
That's cool. I can fully respect that. You shouldn't be able to do. You shouldn't do things you don't want to do.
Yeah, but for a while that's all she was known for. Because what's that show that she did? She played that possessed girl, and then it went all batshit crazy.
Oh, that was I liked the first few seasons of that show.
They only made 3 seasons of it.
I think it was like.
And then they tried to remake it.
Yeah. The sequel though was in Los Angeles, and it was during
40s or 20s, whatever.
30s or 40s.
Yeah. I love
because it was after Prohibition, but it was still while the Nazis were building up their power.
And was it fucking?
And the conflict was Latinos and.
Yeah, but what was the monster they were taking inspirations from?
Santa Muerte.
Yeah. Okay. Which was played by a white girl, which is so weird. Even though I like her a lot. She's sexy as fuck.
She was in Knock Knock, wasn't she?
No, she's famous for Game of Thrones. She was Lady Margarine in Game of Thrones.
Oh no! I'm talking. She played somebody else. She played.
Oh, okay.
She played the evil one, and Santa Muerte is a good one.
Okay.
Let me look it up real quick. What was it called?
Fuck, I don't remember. Just put Eva Green. That's probably like the first thing that could pop up. Boo eating is actually a researcher these things. But that's the fun of it. We don't really fucking make a list out of everything.
Penny Dreadful, that's what it was. And then Penny Dreadful, the sequel, was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was called Day to Day or some shit, right? Or some bullshit.
City of Angels, that's what it's called. Natalie plays a bunch of different characters, but she's supposed to be like this demon trying to get people to fight each other and kill each other. And then...
is it one of the things that insinuated that they masterminded World War II?
Maybe. Well...
there was a movie that did that too. And I was like, this is lame. Sherlock Holmes did that too. The part 2.
Right.
When they insinuated that he masterminded World War I.
I think this was more of a small scale... And it's like Penny Dreadful too. Penny Dreadful was kind of a small scale.
Yeah, but Penny Dreadful, I feel like it was badass because what they did was they took legitimately old like urban legend and folk tales and then made it to a realistic approach. Like
I think that's where they made a mistake in the City of Angels is they went too broad, and they missed the point of the show. The point of the show was the supernatural stuff.
Yeah, to bring in supernatural.
They made it a very historical conflict that just happened to have supernatural stuff in it. And I think that was their mistake. They forgot the supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
It's in there. It's just, I think it got lost in this, like, Latinx message.
Yeah, because at first I thought were they trying to do, like, a Hispanic urban legends?
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought at first. But no, it became, like, Hispanics versus Nazis.
What the fuck? Whatever. Yeah, because Penny Dreadful, Eva Green's character, she played a succubus, right?
No, she was the
host of the...
She was possessed. She was possessed, and she was selected to be the wife of the devil.
Okay, and then but it turned out that the devil was really the main bad guy.
The main bad guy was Dracula.
I'm like, what
and
the
they
fuck?
dropped the ball on that, but that's because I think they were trying to rush the show to finish.
But that was just like, what the hell? And then and it turned out Dracula's brother's the devil, and I thought that scene was badass though when they did the big twist and she's in the asylum and she's just talking.
That was awesome. That was badass. That was like that was some amazing writing, some amazing acting, and
because it was just her by herself.
Yeah, in a fucking room, in a padded room. The guy that plays Frankenstein's monster, he's fucking amazing. He's badass.
And then who did what's his face played Hartman? He played he was supposed to be a hunter and he became a vampire, right?
I think he was supposed to be like some kind of Van Helsing type.
No, but the thing Van Helsing was in it, but I forgot who played him. I think he was just like Van Helsing's assistant, but he got bit and became a vampire.
Timothy Dalton or Sir Malcolm Murray?
He was on Van Helsing? I don't know who that
he was kind of like a Van Helsing type character where he was a hunter. He hunted supernatural things.
He was also a vampire, wasn't he?
No. He never became a vampire.
I thought Hartman's character became a vampire.
I think no. He
Or
got
a werewolf or some shit.
no. That was Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
Josh Hartnett was a werewolf from the beginning.
Oh, okay. So what was his point of it? I said,
Remember, he was also the gunslinger.
well, yeah, he was hired to be like a protector of Eva
Right.
Green's character, and then it just became his own thing because then he started doing gay sex with the other guy, the other urban legend guy, Dorian.
Dorian Gray.
Yeah. Which it took me a while to look up his story of what exactly what he is.
It started off as a short story, which
like this painting. As long as the pain is okay, he stays. He lives forever.
But
right?
that story was just a short story in like the late 1800s,
Yeah.
and it kind of like ballooned into this big like sexual character.
Yeah, but like he only lives as long as that painting's okay.
Right. Anything that happens to him happens to the painting, not him.
But if you burn the painting,
if
he dies.
you do something to the painting, he dies.
Yeah. You remember the episode
And
where he hit the painting everywhere. He always hit it. And apparently there's an episode where they find it.
This was League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, remember?
Oh yeah, because he was the
yeah.
the bad guy. Even though everyone knew he was the bad guy.
Yeah. Same thing. Something happened to his painting, he died.
Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of wish they would need to redo that. The League. That was actually not a. That's actually fuck. Hey, that'd be on the list.
I thought that was a very creative way to get everybody in the same room together. All the monsters.
All the monsters in the book legends. Because remember, it was
Right.
Tom Sawyer. I forgot who what's his face played.
Who?
The main guy. Sir fucking James Bond guy.
Oh. The League.
God damn it. He quit because of that movie. That movie made him quit acting.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Alan Quartermain.
Yeah.
Alan Quartermain was like an adventure.
He was an adventurer. He was famous for adventure books. I think I read one of his books.
You had Dorian Gray in there. You had Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Who was it also?
Captain Nemo,
Captain
he
Nemo.
was one of my favorite characters.
Which is weird because in that show, that movie, Captain Nemo was like their Iron Man or something. He was like the greatest inventor. He made that badass like.
He made the submarine. He designed the submarine. He's
made
the captain
car.
of the submarine. He made the car. He made all the weapons for the submarine. Even the little bubble that the escape pod.
Like, how are we gonna get there so fast? I invented.
But in 10,000 Leagues Under the Sea, he's a fucking crazy batshit like genius.
That makes sense.
In this one, he's like trying to save the world, even though in like he was a bad guy. He was an anti-hero. He's like the world should burn.
And then the Invisible Man too, right?
The Invisible Man, yeah.
He was
Rodney Skinner, the guy. Tony Curran was his interesting. He plays interesting characters, man.
Who was Dracula in that movie?
There was no Dracula. Remember?
Oh, they were gonna do Dracula.
Mina Harker.
She was just a vampire.
She was. Yeah, I think she was like one of Dracula's brides or something like that.
I remember, I think that was gonna be a sequel if they did when they were gonna fight Dracula.
It's funny. The only thing I've ever seen her in, other than this, was she was briefly in not Man of Steel. What was it? Or Superman Returns.
Who was that?
She was on the plane.
Oh gosh.
She was on the plane. She was the steward. She was the like host on the plane.
Her career went nowhere.
No, her career didn't do any shit after that. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she's done some shit. I know she's done some shit. Not really.
No. That movie gets a bad rap. It's not bad. It's not okay. So that's definitely on the list because it made it to movie theaters. It's fucking crazy. I think it went up against Titanic, and that's why it lost.
That's understandable, but it was still like I think it was a very, very good movie.
It was an entertaining movie. Yeah. It was ahead of its time. I think
it's like I said, an interesting way of getting all the Universal stuff all together.
Because I think that's what they're trying to do right now with
that's what they're trying to do now.
Because that's the whole mummy shit. They're trying to build up to the League, their version of Avengers, which is the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. But of course, you let Tom Cruise take over a fucking movie, and goddamn, let's talk about that fucking piece of shit movie who was so bad that even the trailer forgot to add the sound. And that was so rushed. And it was supposed to be a horror movie, but then Tom Cruise came in and said, no, let's make an action movie about me.
Mission Impossible Frankenstein. No? What? Mission Impossible The Mummy.
Yeah, it was just like, that's what happened. Like, in the lamest term, like, there was supposed to be a horror movie. Tom Cruise came aboard and said, no, let's make an action movie centered around me.
It did have some good props.
Where?
Dude, it had the Book of the Dead and the Book of the
the Book of the Living
from the Mummy.
Room?
Yeah, when it goes, you have some like homages to other movies that did it before.
Swamp Thing's hand, or not Swamp Thing's hand, the Lagoon, the creature from Black Lagoon's hand, which they were supposed to do as well. They had a lot of shit in there. And then Dr. Jekyll's character is weird. It made no sense. He's like their version of the Hulk, I guess. But he was also their version of fucking Samuel Jackson's character.
Oh, Nick Fury.
So I was just like, God, it went nowhere.
No, it didn't.
It went nowhere, and good for it because that movie was bad. It made no sense. It made no sense why it existed.
And what's her face went on to do Malignant.
That is her.
She's a blonde in there, and she's a brunette in Malignant.
She was also in wasn't she in fucking
King Arthur?
Yes.
Yeah, the heist King Arthur.
Yeah. Fucking A. I like her though. Was she also in National Treasures? Wasn't she the girlfriend of National Treasures? That was that's okay. I know who that one.
That's somebody else.
Yeah, because that one, she's French. She's a French chick.
No, she's German.
I thought she was French.
She's German. Oh. She spent some time in France. She moved around because she did modeling first, and then she got into acting. Okay. So she knows French. She knows German. I think she speaks like 4 languages. She's also either married to or dating what's his name from The Walking Dead?
Rick?
No.
Grimes?
No.
Or the dad?
Daryl.
Hey, he's banging Daryl. What? Yeah. Fucking Daryl. Fucking Daryl.
Funny thing though, you might not recognize her, but like when you saw her in Inglourious Bastards, and when you saw her in National Treasure, she looks completely different. But she was Helen of Troy in Troy.
That was her, wasn't she?
Yeah.
But she had red hair in that movie.
No, she was blonde. She was blonde as fuck.
To be honest with you,
in all of those movies, she was blonde as fuck.
I barely remember Troy. Troy was not a great movie.
I remember her in Troy.
Oh, wow. I think the reason why I hated Troy so much, because I remember reading the book, and it was a war that lasted 8 years, and they summed it down.
They summed it down like
30 minutes,
or like a few days.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes no sense at all. Because that war was big. That was like the first war that lasted that long. I think it was longer than 8 years. Wasn't it like 10 years? Because the Odyssey book, I remember watching the movie for that when I was growing up. And even though that was like a gap in it.
Diane Kruger, that's her name.
Oh, Diane Kruger. Oh, sounds sexy too.
She is.
Who the Malignant chick? So she only done 3 movies. I recognize
Malignant. Malignant chick. She's done a bunch of movies, but I only recognize her from a few.
I could never put my finger on where I know her from.
Annabelle Wallace. She was in Annabelle. She was in The Mummy. She was in X-Men. What was she in X-Men First Class? I don't remember her in X-Men First Class. What was she? I think she was just a it just says co-ed.
She was in the pub. She was the chick that Micro was hitting on at the pub.
I kind of remember her in The Silencing, but The Silencing was the one movie that nobody ever saw.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
The Silencing was Nicola Coster-Waldau.
I fucking
It was Jamie Lannister.
Oh, okay.
So he did like a kind of a suspense. It was like Taken, but his daughter's already dead. So his daughter got kidnapped and disappeared a few years ago, and he's this like wildlife expert, and he runs this wildlife preserve, and supposedly the guy that's been like collecting these girls around his area decides to taunt him, so he has to track him down.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, but it was like a Netflix only, something like that. It's on Netflix, called The Silencing.
I guess I'll look.
But
I think I've seen.
It's Jamie Lannister.
Fucking Jamie Lannister.
It was an okay movie. It wasn't like I'm not gonna. If you don't watch it, you're not gonna miss anything.
All right.
Yeah. Well, but Annabelle Wallace. I'm trying to figure out what other stuff you've seen that she's in, but there's not. She was.
She has a weird.
She was in Peaky Blinders.
Okay, I don't recognize. I think I know her from that. She has a weird like way she looks. I mean, she's attractive, but like in a gothic way. She has a weird I don't know the way she's. She's
done a bunch of British stuff, but nothing that I could remember.
But I was thinking of horror. Let's see, Cabin in the Woods.
I love Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods.
Again, another movie that didn't take itself too seriously. It was fucking entertaining. It was stupid as all get out, but like
I was amazed how well they kept the secret of that movie. The plot of that movie. I was really surprised how long they kept that secret going. It was one of those movies that the trailer didn't spoil it. Like, the trailer just made it look like a generic fucking... Like, the trailer was the same trailer with Malignant, where it just made it look like a generic... Like, Malignant looked like a generic demon movie, demon possession movie. That one looked like a generic cabin monster movie. And then when you watch the movie, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then they go to the basement, and, well, spoiler alert, the whole movie of Cabin in the Woods is a fucking setup for a ritual. And they have, like, monsters hitting the bottom of
They have a stellar cast. And only a few of them you'll remember.
A lot of them was from the Buffy. They have a lot of Buffy cast in there.
Yes!
Because that's what's his face's like little poppy crew that was in it.
Yes, Richard Jenkins, Bradley Whitford, Amy Hacker.
Yeah, the whole cast of Buffy.
Yeah.
Except Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Joe Dell. You know her as the little girl, but she's grown up. She's like in her mid-20s now. She's smoking hot.
She's the one that was...
She plays the little girl.
Oh!
She plays Patience Buckner.
Oh, the one that was just randomly pops up throughout the movie? Oh, yeah, she is pretty. She's alluring.
Yeah. Who else? Dude, like...
We got
Chris Hemsworth.
Before he got famous. He made that movie
before
first,
he got famous.
And then they shelved it for like 2 years or whatever.
Kristen Connolly, she's been like
she's
slowly climbing, but I think it's taking her too long to climb because she was in like the first or second season of House of Cards, and she was doing well on that one.
Yeah.
She did this movie. I forget what else she'd done.
She was
in The Happening. She was just the bae.
Oh, she was butt ass naked in House of Cards. I love that. Her sex scene in that season was fucking crazy.
She's done a few things, but nothing that But I think she has super potential. She should have been like a leading lady. Some of these guys, Richard Jenkins, you know him.
Fuck yeah, who does not know Richard Jenkins? Richard Jenkins is every bald guy, any movie, there's a bald guy with glasses. That's him.
Shape of Water.
Yeah.
Shape of Water. Step Brothers. He's the dad in Step Brothers. Kajillionaire. That was a recent movie. I don't know. Was it Kajillionaire any good?
I haven't seen it yet.
Right. Shape of Water. He was in Kong.
That's a movie. That's another movie that's fucking batshit crazy.
Kong?
On that Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
The movie's just based around fucking the chick banging a fucking lagoon monster.
I think you might have rewinded that part a little bit too many times. Because I got more out of it than just her banging a weird lake monster. Or a river monster.
I mean, the plot of it was just weird. She fell in love with a lake monster. And then that's it. And then you just trying to...
Shouldn't that give you hope that somebody fell in love with a monster? Shouldn't that give you hope?
But I'm thinking, don't get me wrong, is that an analogy for interracial couples? I'm assuming that's what it's based around.
I don't know, maybe. Because one day we will find aliens and somebody's got to fuck them.
No, because Michael Shannon, I think his character was a racist, right?
Yeah, Michael Shannon is a total racist, sexist, everything you hate about Americans, he is it.
So I'm thinking that's what it was. I think it was like an analogy.
Sexist, misogynist, whatever. Yeah, like he's the bad guy.
I don't believe in washing hands. What the fuck?
No, he's like, you either wash your hands before or after. Never both. It shows weakness.
What the fuck? His character made no sense.
Which, dude, I've gone down a rabbit hole on that. Like, I was like, that can't be true. Like, I can tell, I can understand I can understand one or the other, but I can't understand both. I can't understand how both is a weakness.
Right? And then like
if you wash your hands before,
how do you fucking...
If you wash your hands before, that means you're looking out for you. If you wash your hands after, it means you're looking out for everybody else. If you wash your hands twice, it means you just got common sense, man.
But my thing still is how you whip it out. You still gotta fucking touch.
I know, right?
Like this.
I think he was going commando. He just unzipped and he just kind of flopped out.
And you still gotta shake it because if you don't, you're gonna put it on your fucking pants.
Dude, we're Latin, dude. We got the hips. Just doing little.
Yeah, that movie's still weird. And then it just ends so random. It just ends. It's just she floats away in water.
Well, it's one of those open endings. Like you don't know. She's probably alive. He probably saved her. But they're probably living happily ever after. If not, she's dead and he's gone.
No, I got it that they got away.
Yeah.
It's just a weird movie.
You also had that weird sideline with the Russians.
Yeah, which made no sense either.
It did make sense. It like they helped in the heist to escape. It was a heist movie.
You never said anything about the if you like the rum one.
It was all right. I didn't really. It was actually pretty good. It was decent. Like I didn't scoff at it. It wasn't something. I mean, I'm not gonna spit it out.
Like you said,
But it didn't give me a face or cringe or anything like that, right? So at this point, I've been through what was the first one?
Sazerac.
A Sazerac, which is
rye. It's a rye whiskey.
Yeah, but where's it from? Is it Buffalo Trace?
No, it was Sazerac. Sazerac Company.
Oh, okay.
That's their brand. They own Buffalo Trace.
And then after that, I did the Deadhead Rum, which it has a really cool bottle. I've seen this bottle before. I love to have it on my shelf.
The little head from.
It looks like a shrunken head from. Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
I mean, shrunken heads are a real thing, but.
Did they ever say how they do that? Like,
they remove the skull and they boil the skin, so the skin shrinks after it dries.
Okay. That's some voodoo shit.
It's supposed to be some kind of voodoo shit, but it's basically just a cool way to make some
creepy shit,
some creepy fashion accessories.
Oh, fuck.
But basically, they remove the skull, they sew everything back together, they boil it, and then when it dries, the skin shrinks, and you have this little head with the face still in it.
That's some grand shit we're talking about now.
I know, right? So yeah, the Deadhead Rum was pretty good. And what are we drinking right now? We're drinking like a souped up Evan Williams.
Yeah, Evan Williams 1783, which is a small batch. So, and I think this is liquor choice, whatever they call it.
I think it's the top shelf of Evan Williams which I don't think that's a very tall shelf.
No, I think that this goes for like I don't know. It's a liter bottle, so I don't know.
That's not a liter.
It's 1.75.
That's not a liter.
Sorry,
that's 1.75 liter. That's a 2 liter bottle.
I don't give a fuck. It's a big bottle.
It's a big bottle, yeah, because it's a cheap liquor.
Yeah, it doesn't taste that bad.
No, it's not. I mean,
it's the good.
There are worse. There are worse.
It's the good Evan Williams. It's like their version of Gentleman Jack or some shit.
Yeah, I guess. All right, what's next on the list?
So it's your turn already.
We just got done with Shape of Water. We still haven't done. We got to circle back around to the Michael Bay movies, like freaking Con Air.
Oh fuck! How can I forget about Con Air?
Con Air is Nicolas Cage, like his gift to the world. He's a goddamn national treasure.
Yeah, fuck yeah, he is. And the fact that southern accent didn't give him an Oscar itself. And every time Nicolas Cage steps in the room, there's like electric guitar playing.
Nothing makes me sadder than the agent lost his bladder in the airplane.
God, movie like fucking John Malkovich in this movie.
There are so many quotable moments like, put the bunny down, put the bunny back in the box, put the bunny back in the box.
Fucking Danny Trejo's character there's a real
Juanillo 23. It'd be Juanillo 600 if they knew the truth.
Like, did you?
And Steve Buscemi again,
yeah,
with the creepy vibes, but like still, he's like he gets a pass because he's a good guy in the end.
Does he know? Because literally
he murdered like 50 people, but then he like decides not to murder the little girl.
Yeah.
Goodbye, Bob.
And that forgives him from everything.
he's like what? A Barbie in a plane full of hardened killers.
And he goes like, fucking, I once cut off a girl's head, wear it as a hat for 2 weeks straight,
or like through 7 states or something like that.
Goes, why are you still cocky?
What's his name? The little the little gay dude.
Oh fuck! I can't remember his name.
Susie Q. I don't know.
He just walks around. He finds a dress and he just randomly just walks around with a dress.
Yes.
John Malkovich.
I think I don't know who it was. I think it was like College Humor did some kind of like or like a little short skit on how America or Con Air is a parody for America.
Maybe you're not wrong. You're not too far off from that shit.
Because they even in the movie they quote like, if you want to look at America, just look at their prison.
Look at the prison system. Oh my god! Like he started. All right, well, old time.
Like John Malkovich is like white America. Like we're psycho as fuck.
Did you really like Dave Chappelle? Like, did you mean what you said that about me? Like, give me that gun back. Of course,
Boy, of course
Like, no one's raping anyone.
I love, dude. When he was macking on the chick, he's like, that shit was funny.
And then Bubba was in it.
I'm in the Department of Corrections.
And then Bubba was in it.
Which one was Bubba?
Bubba's fucking the guy, Nicolas Cage's friend, the one that needed insulin.
Oh yeah, man. He was like I said, dude. They did this parody or like this little skit. And Bubba is like, Black America, dude. You don't get health insurance until you're 26, and then you limp your way to the end.
Pretty much. Pretty fucking much. That fucking movie.
It's like, even though he was the best behaved, I feel like they treated him the worst.
Yeah, they fucked him up in that movie. He just wanted his fucking insulin. I just want insulin, goddamn.
Hey man, you want stepping all over my insulin?
And I not realize that does all first aid kit carry syringes? Like at the when at that fucking junkyard, like, yeah, first aid kit with syringes. Like, oh son,
you're a paramedic, you know?
No.
I'm assuming it came from a fire truck, so it should have a syringe.
Maybe yes. Then that's yes.
If it was a normal first aid kit, then no, I don't think.
I think it was hilarious when he was asking the old guy.
He's like, "Oh, drugs will kill you. Drugs will kill you,
son."
It's like, you don't gotta take this.
Oh fuck!
Con Air, man, it's a metaphor for America.
The soundtrack is fucking hilarious.
Just a southern guitar rock.
And you got the best Nicolas Cage movie comes from one of the best Nicolas Cage movie comes from that.
It's like, you know the definition of irony. Or no, that was Steve Buscemi. He was like, definition of irony is flying in a plane, listening to a song where the group died in a plane crash.
Like, why are you still talking?
You never know. Maybe his mom loved him too much or not enough.
What was the guy that was flying the plane too? His name was Tate or
the Swamp Thing.
Oh, Swamp Thing. Fucking Swamp Thing was a shit. And he wears that. I don't know. He pulls out that helmet. We're gonna crash.
It's like. He gives a spiel and he's like, we're gonna land, but the correct word is crash. And then he pulls out the helmet and puts it on.
Out of nowhere. The Big Brain's characters like randomly just die.
Diamond Dog, man.
Denzel making the movie. I forgot John Cusack was in that fucking movie too, wasn't he?
It's like, I can play the white man's pet for a little while. Then the day of the dog begins.
Oh my god. I feel like watching that movie. God damn.
I watched it a couple days ago.
You know, but that's the movie that not a lot of people remember. Like,
why wouldn't you remember Connor?
I don't know.
It was fucking great.
I feel like people have seen it and they've seen it once and they forget how shit crazy it is.
The fucked up thing is, like, every school dance I ever went to always ended with LeAnn Rimes.
Oh yeah, that just randomly shows up. The LeAnn Rimes character that really just randomly shows up at the end of that movie. Yeah. It makes no sense. I was like, what the fuck is this? That one and fucking Face Off.
Face Off was dude. it was the worst example. Well, it's not the worst example of Freaky Friday that I've ever seen.
Will be the first.
The worst example was when they did it on Stargate, where Teal'c and Jack O'Neill fucking switch places, and the guy that plays Teal'c has to play Richard Dean Anderson, and he does a terrible job.
Oh god, but not Nicholas. No,
Richard Dean Anderson, he doesn't have to act to play Teal'c.
No, but what was funny is fucking in
Face Off.
You have Nicolas Cage playing.
You good looking.
Nicolas Cage playing John Travolta playing Nicolas Cage. Same the other way around. John Travolta playing Nicolas Cage playing John Travolta.
Hate to watch you go. Love to watch you leave.
Like the innuendo he's hitting on fucking John Travolta's daughter.
Oh yeah, it's like you dress for Halloween, then you will attract all the ghouls and goblins.
Oh fuck, that movie.
That was great, man. There's so many quotable moments, and oh man, dude.
Also, the bad stunt there was that they clearly did not look like the actors. They like, oh no, the one that stunt double for Nicolas Cage, who clearly had more hair than Nicolas Cage.
It's like the Matrix Revolutions, Matrix Revolutions all over again.
Oh yeah, with all the Smith.
All the Smiths.
None of them look like real Smith.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Most of the time, it wasn't until I saw the behind the scenes that I started looking. Because if you look just in the first glance, they all look like Smith. They did a good job. They made it so overwhelming that
there's no point in you looking at it.
Yeah. But after seeing, if you watch the behind the scenes, they don't look like Smith. But at a glance, it works.
Oh, there's that one guy that was super tall. What the fuck you doing?
Yeah, but you had to see the Smiths behind the Smiths, so like I can understand that as far as like a cinematic viewpoint. But
no,
but yeah.
People see it because I remember in Face Off. One of the things it was really noticeable. When they really cut out, especially in this Cage double, it was super noticeable that wasn't Nick Cage.
The fucked up thing is like, dude, Nick Cage without a face.
Yeah, and they showed it too.
This got an R rating, right?
Yes, it did. But it was like one of those movies like, what the fuck? Who fucking thought of this shit? No, only John Woo would think of this shit.
It was Freaky Friday, dude, but like to the nth degree, like on coke.
And the two most over actors in the fucking world together in one movie. And they never should do another movie together.
They've tried to remake Face Off. I think they're going to try again.
They are trying again, which is going to be stupid. It's not going to be the same.
What's the point? Don't do it. Leave it alone. It's a ridiculous movie.
It only worked once.
Yeah, it'll only work once. You can't do Phone Booth twice.
You
can't watch Phone Booth twice.
Independence Day didn't teach you anything.
Is that another one that's ridiculous and stupid?
What?
Phone Booth?
Nah, I don't think it was that bad. I don't think it was that crazy.
But you can only watch it once.
Yeah, because the twist is what makes the movie up. I think that's the same with Smoking Aces.
The first one, so entertaining, kind of good.
Good music.
The little side things is what makes it. Yeah. I think for me, is the little side things like how the cop got screwed over by the rednecks.
Yeah, and then the plot of.
And then he ends up fucking the main redneck over at the end. He's like.
Yeah,
and then the little love twist between
Alicia Keys,
Hustle and Flow, and Alicia Keys. And then I forget what her name is.
Alicia Keys and Common, fucking the random ADD kid that just really lives.
I'm doing my karate moves right now, but that's what I'm
always takes me out of the movie though. Like, I'm like, what the fuck is the point of this little kid that has a boner? The mom like with a dildo on the table.
The grandma. There's no mom. There's no dad.
The dad's up and gone for a bunch of writing illegal. She was like, dad's up in prison right now for murdering somebody and writing a bunch of illegal checks. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? Ben Affleck is in it for like 15 minutes. It was pretty funny. I mean, that movie has a lot of like Chris Evans is in it before. Not Chris Evans. The guy from
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine is in it for like. I did not know that was Chris
He's Pine. The redneck, yeah. He did such a good job playing an off-the-wall fucking redneck that you did not notice that is this well-spoken dude that plays a pretty boy in every movie now.
And again, I think that was before he was famous he did that movie. Who else was in it? That was... Oh, fucking Jeremy Ryan? Ryan
Reynolds.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, obviously. But the other guy.
Jeremy Piven.
Before he got canceled.
Yeah. Jeremy Piven, I think he's a good actor, but maybe a shitty person.
Yeah, apparently he's an asshole to his wife and girlfriends. Don't piss off your wife and girlfriends. Or they'll cancel you.
Yeah.
And he was actually going to have a good career because he had his own TV show, his own movie production.
I know, right? Dude, he Entourage, dude, he could have rode that train forever.
He was riding that train forever. And then he fucked up and started fucking his interns.
Smoking Aces, the sequels
were bad. Whoa. That was like, they ran out of money.
Man. They had some good picks.
No, like fucking the part 2, they had my boy Vinny Ryan, what's his name? Vinny, the British actor?
Yeah.
They had him in it, and I feel like they wasted a lot of money getting him, and they couldn't afford anybody else. And then what made it worse, too, is the fact that...
They had a few bad actors in there. I like Michael Parks.
They were right.
Martha Higareda.
Yeah.
She's fine. And she's a good actress.
Does she die too?
She does die in it. She's a fine little thing, dude.
Oh, the guy who played the hitman in part 1. Well, I think it was in part 2 too.
Tommy Flanagan.
Was it Tommy Flanagan? I thought the one that the
Yeah, he plays the dude with no face or something like that.
Yeah.
That guy.
No, not him. Yeah, he's famous for Son of Anarchy. I'm talking about
Also, dude,
the mercenary guy.
No, dude, freaking what was the not Bruce Willis, fucking Freedom.
Huh?
Braveheart.
Oh, yeah, he was in Braveheart. Yeah, he was the
first guy to get his wife fucked.
Yeah. And like I understand my right to fuck you up. There's that one. Also, you got I'm talking about the mercenary, the Colombian mercenary. He was a famous actor.
In the first one or the second?
Yeah, in the first one.
Oh, in the first one.
Yeah, he's the one that got.
Yeah, Jared Kiso is in part 2.
Oh God, I forgot.
Jared Kiso, he's done such a great job with Letterkenny, but he's done such a terrible job with anything else he's ever done. And Smoking Aces, the guy that plays the mayor in the Nolan Batman, that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Nestor Carbonell.
Yeah, he played the mercenary.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's so weird that he's in that shit. There was also who was the other guy?
There were a lot of people. Kevin Durant.
The guy from Lost, he's in it too. Can't remember his name. He was the security guard that gets killed randomly.
Can't put a face to it. Not sure.
Like he's the main character in Lost. Like one of the main actors in Lost.
My favorite character, Jason Bateman.
Oh yeah,
the shitty lawyer that has like the fucking herpes and shit.
Put the chain on. He's like wears like, hey, don't get your little fucking come.
It's like Jason Bateman, another fucking great actor that just has
he has a good range.
He has a good range. He can play the serious guy. He can play the fucked up guy.
I think his crown achievement is Arrested Development because he plays two characters. He plays a serious guy. But I think later on the season he started playing that real fuck up, like he was just stupid.
Dude, did you finish watching Ozarks, dude? He does a great fucking
job. Oh, I love Ozark. Yeah. I love Ozark.
They're about to do the final season and they're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna everything's going to shit. They're
losing control of it.
They lost control. They've never had control. Control is an illusion.
Yeah, but now his wife is involved, right? Like she runs the casino.
The fucked up thing is she likes it, and then when they had a chance to get out, she's like, "No, this is good. I'm good at this. Let's keep doing it. Fuck you, but we're gonna keep doing it."
So James Spader character's a common sense, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, we did what we needed to do. We got a bunch of money out of it, and we're in the free. And she's like, no, I like doing this. Let's keep doing it. Alright. What else? Are we?
Let's wrap it up here in a second. We've been at it for a while.
Yeah, Smoking Aces 2 was terrible.
And this dog is hyper as fuck. But yeah, so that's goddamn. So like this list went down a fucking rabbit hole, didn't it? Because I feel like we forgot some shit, and those gonna be like that.
I can circle back around to the Tim Burton movies, back to the Michael Bay movies, because we still didn't do The Rock. We didn't do Batman, which, like I said, has its own
Batman
profile.
89 is a fucking dumb. But too, I like how people like to gripe on Tim Burton or they want to come shot on Tim Burton Batman's because it's a great movie, blah 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 blah, and they want to get mad at Zack Snyder's Batman for killing people when they forget Batman Returns. Batman kills people. He kills them in fucked up ways. He's more sociopath about it in that movie. Like, you see when he burns a guy alive, and then there's another one he puts the dynamite down the guy's pants.
Technically, burning someone alive isn't technically killing them.
The fire kills him. He was just in the way of
Does it? Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it can, and I get it. That's the end result if you leave him on fire.
You'd be surprised how quick you can die from being burned like that.
I know. Little inside joke. You'll never know.
That guy was worried. That guy would have happened with you if you would have stayed on any longer in that fucking pit. Another dumb fucking batshit movie that actually has a cult following now is Silent Hill.
I think I'm gonna say no on that one. Maybe the first one.
No, that's just the first one. That's the first one.
Because there
was two.
Two, right? Yeah.
But the first one was the one that made money.
But I think that's because at the time they did it in the right time frame, which made it relevant to the video game.
Yeah.
But is there a new Silent Hill?
No, they haven't.
Exactly.
At all.
So who the fuck is Silent Hill? What the fuck is Silent Hill? I think this is only you again.
No, I like the movie.
Silent who?
It was really bad. It had a lot of bad fucking effects, but at the same time, it was also good.
It had it
had good ideas.
It had good ideas as far as visuals for like fucked up monsters or fucked up things to see.
And it was crazy, all right. I mean, the ending.
You walk down the hall with all the fucking like
the pain
deformed nurses and shit like that. Yeah. And then the big baddie at the end, Big Daddy. That's his name, right?
Oh, Prison Head. But you think about
Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head.
Yeah.
The main bad guy.
Where's Big Daddy from?
Big Daddy's from the other that one when they're underwater.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of the game right now.
Yeah, Pyramid Head. He carries around a giant fucking knife, and he's like 7 feet tall, and he has a giant.
And I think that's your dude as well. The guy that played Ape Sapien. Doug Jones.
No, I don't think that was Doug Jones.
Are you sure?
No.
Doug Jones is a tough fucking dude. I think that was Doug Jones.
He's tall, but he's not buff.
That dude wasn't buff. He was just lean. He was just tall and lean.
Silent Hill.
I'm pretty sure that was Doug Jones. Doug Jones does a lot of shit like that.
Oh, Jodelle Ferland. She's in there again. Yeah, I don't think Doug Jones is in this.
Well. Alright, well, let's go ahead and close this up. I mean, shit, we got down this rabbit hole long enough. And I think we're like an hour and a half. And your dog's getting fucking hyper. It seems like every time we talk, your dog is hyper. Alright, so...
Yeah, no Doug Jones. I don't see any Doug Jones in here.
Alright, so we're gonna close out here for tonight.
Fucked up movies, lots of booze.
A lot of fucking shit, yeah. A lot of fucked up movies. Go watch Malignant.
If we missed something, tell us in the comments or yeah.
Send an email. Send them. Alright, until next time.
For me, man.
Stay smart.
How you gonna have a dream come true?